Greetings everyone, and Gage here with another Advanced Wars Days of Ruin Tiny Wars replay. Spawn on the south side as Blue Will, we've got GM667_. Spawn on the north side as the Red Gage, we've got Jeanbat13. When it comes to the COs, this is of course the buff Gage, has standard boarding cost, 2 radius, 30, 60, 60. All units get, that's the, never mind. All units get plus 10, plus 20%. All indirect units get additional plus 20% offense, and all CO units get plus 20% offense. Gage, of course, is unchanged from the Carter counterpart, has 10% offense and defense, and direct ground units get plus 20% offense. Of course, he provides also plus 2 range for his CO power, and I forgot to mention Gage also provides 2 indirect for maximum range, so pretty good counterpart between the two. So, let's go get started. This map does offer a naval port there, so we could see a Gage battleship to rain some large amount of damage there. It would be a plus, 50% firepower CO battleship. But of course, that would be quite expensive. This map does offer a pair of temporary airports you have already captured inside the map, which is nice, though not really. It's also a little bit exposed, to say the least. Double bike there. Bike infantry. Will has already moved to the map, trying to capture some of these properties. With the amount of units here, it may be best for the bike just fall back, capture this property there, rather than try to interrupt this one. Oh, goes the radar station. Did not see that one in range. Tank up one fielded by Gage, who's probably going to CO it. Tank, bike, and infantry. COs that tank now. Right now, this tank has a total of plus 50, plus 40, while this tank here right now has plus 50, plus 30. So very similar between the two. Does end his turn on top of the temporary airport, which only provides 1 defense star. 8-tier artillery infantry. Will has gone for a battlecopter last turn. Gets a good first strike there on this tank here. And since it has no support, it just simply receives a good first strike. Battlecopter advances way forward on top of the airport. I'm not sure why he ended his turn on top of the temporary airport. Can't get any repairs there, and it was in range of his opponent's tank. Good counterattack there. Right now, Gage is lacking a counter to that anti-air. He could throw his regular command tank into it, and another battlecopter take up the Gage command tank. It looks like he may just do that. Does do that there. He got 30 energy there. Now 35. Good chance the command tank will go down due to an anti-air then bike shot. Or it could be just trying to shoot down the battlecopter. Tank infantry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Could have got a shot there onto that tank there, right? Artillery tank. Looks like the battlecopter there to the temporary airport. Artillery bike battlecopter infantry. The right flank, Will has a very good infantry force there, and Gage has a pretty good infantry force over here as well, and not too many of these properties captured. This battlecopter may need to get over here to start engaging. Gage has a nice core of artillery now. It does not advance onto Will's position in the center. Does not take out the bike there. Leaves him down to 8% health. Anti-air, tank, and bike. And it looks like Will's going to send his battlecopter over to the right. Gage sending his battlecopter to the right. Will can send his battlecopter over here as well. Battlecopter, artillery, and bike with another tank. Drops a capture there. Goes to take out that unit there. Follows it up. It's a unit down there as well. By leaving this 2 infantry unit there, it will be a good meat shield into your tank. Looks like some of these properties now being captured up as well. 15 capture progress for me, so that could be picked off next turn. Looks like Gage is trying to win both the flanks at the moment, while Will's just being a little bit preoccupied in the center. So pull back the units on the right flank. Tank and anti-air move to the roar's right as well. Anti-air. And sort of makes advance to the center. Good dispersion there. Now all it has is a superpower. 1 anti-air in range in the south. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This battlecopter is also in range as well from the other battlecopter. Gage could get some good work done. Merge there. And turn the top of the temporary airport. Very nice. And he has artillery to help protect that battlecopter. Though the artillery itself could be hit struck by a tank. He also has 60 energy, so he could pop a superpower next turn, which could allow this battlecopter to range this ATR to range this battlecopter. Pops the superpower. Tank will strike infantry unit there. Pulls back infantry unit there. Takes out the battlecopter. I thought it was going to be this one, but does hit the other one. 2 infantry unit can get in front of the other tank there. Good, it's there. Gage is the command tank, taking some hits there. Just a bit of damage. Takes the battlecopter now. Make some good progress up north. Battlecopter, tank, infantry. There's that tank there. Merges the command tank. Right now it's up to 50 energy. Even put some machine gun rounds to that tank, and more as there. Traps that tank. Tank, anti-air, battlecopter, and bike. North taking some hits there. Is the battlecopter as well? Looks the tank may be trapped. Does get trapped. Right now, Will's at 26,000 versus 24. And he has more tanks down south than Will. Feels like Will's in a pretty good position at the moment. Gage's tank push way forward. We'll get a good shot there and there. He has enough for his superpower. Does get a good strike there. Tank, bike, and rocket. Takes out the bike there. And it looks like the bike's heading towards the HQ, as well as avoiding the rocket entirely. Strikes the medium tank there. Medium tank takes another hit. Blows up with 18 energy so far. Tank, battlecopter, infantry, tank. Battlecopter goes down. Takes out that tank there. Finish off that one tank. Takes out another battlecopter there. Has good core of artillery in the center, but not popping some power just yet. And CO tank does get a couple good strikes over there, up to 30 energy, takes out that one tank now. ATR strikes the artillery. I feel we may see the superpower deploy out this turn. Tank, battlecopter, tank, and base skip. So will Gage go with superpower this turn? Pops the superpower, rocket strikes anti-air, pretty good distance there, strikes that infantry unit there. There's that one. Strike a number of those units there, and takes out the battlecopter. You think finish off that tank there. Regular tank gets a good shot there in the command tank. Even put some machine gun rounds there. Tank, battlecopter, bike, bike. We'll find, evacuate his tank, command tank down south. He has 35 energy, so he probably doesn't want to lose that. The anti-air could probably pursue this tank here. It's down to 2% health. I'm pretty sure there's 4 health. Anti-air should be able to get at least 2% damage, especially with a lock roll. Battlecopter blocks away though, so now that anti-air cannot get past that battlecopter, and this one's just out of range there thanks to the wastelands. Good shot there. Merges some of the artillery together. At this rate, he may need to get out anti-tank to go on top of HQ. Puts a regular tank there. Finish off the 6 health tank. Tank, battlecopter. Though he's actually a little bit vulnerable to the regular tank, so even medium tank would be good on the right flank. Trying to put the southern property. 6 health tank could merge into the 1 health tank. That's probably a good idea. But if it's coming from me, it's probably a bad idea. He drops that capture there. Anti-air. And it's 135,000 in the field. Gage starts turn 136, so pretty even. So one of the anti-airs there. The rocket's a little bit exposed. Trying to put the property down south. Medium tank, and bike. Battlecopter does get a good strike there. Though this healthy anti-air will be able to easily shoot it down. That was really not a good sortie there. That rocket was way too exposed. All good is there. Looks like Gage is losing way too many battlecopters. Will's making a great counterattack. Also making some excellent energy. Has enough for CO power now. Just need to wait till next turn to pop it. And that could be a game-winning push, having +2 movement or range global. This battlecopter there. Artillery strikes some good amount of units there. He's up to 58 energy. He's now has his own CO power available. Though his tank could receive some hits there. Got a battlecopter and tank nearby with Will's superpower. It's hard to say how it will exactly go. Rocket tank infantry. Pops the Will's superpower and finish off Gage's tank there, no problem. Tank. Some strikes up north. Of course, he does have a medium tank, and now 2 rockets up north help stabilize the region. Try to flip that property. He may just seal the tank up north, whether it be on the HQ. It does seal the tank on top of the HQ. It was a max vet tank, so a bit of a loss there. A lot of good hits here in the center. Good strike there. Anti-air, bike, and tank. Will CO tank down south is getting some repairs. And sends it towards the right, just overall just trying to get some repairs going. Strike the artillery. But it's not going to be a second tank to take out an artillery, since artillery are cheaper than tanks. Tank, anti-air. Good strikes there. Gage up to 37 energy. Does get a good strike there in the max vet tank. ATR is somewhat nearby to pursue that battlecopter. Gage in turn 134,000. Will is just only ever so slightly behind. Artillery battlecopter. Does get some good hits there. Tank will be up to 3 health next turn. Anti-air could get some good rounds onto that battlecopter. Takes out that unit there. Tries to machine gun down the tank a little bit. It is, of course, trapped. The tile above it is, in fact, a river tile. Anti-air, battlecopter, bike. There's a couple more units over there. The anti-air and the tank. anti-air infantry tank, and battlecopter. Right now it's 28,000 versus 24,000. The longer the game goes on, the better we'll be off. Gage has a significant force up north. He has good shots here, up to 53 energy, very close to his superpower. With 2 rockets in his radius, it's probably very likely we'll get a superpower next turn. In the center, he does have some artillery to work with his superpower. Tank. Good shots there. Medium tank gets another shot on in. Not pick up the battlecopter. Get some hits in the center. Anti-air hits the artillery for 1 point of damage. And looks like Gage will get a superpower next turn because I see this infantry in range and the rocket should get at least 7 points of damage. Good strike there on the artillery. Anti-air, mech, bike, and battlecopter. 102 damage, yep. That is enough for the superpower. Does launch attack there. Is it going to go iron superpower just yet? Could get a little bit more damage to some of that stuff in the center, but looks like it's not going to be getting iron for a superpower this turn. Does get some good damage there. Does not take out that bike or tank just yet, but is at least surrounded. Another battlecopter. Tank. Will's starting to flip some properties down south, and Will already has higher income. Gets a number of good hits in the center. ATR is just charging way forward. Pretty much Gage has lost everything in the center. He has this significant force. He just needs, Will needs to keep his units away from it, at least the valuable stuff. The rockets just assume +2 range. Tank, T-copter infantry. Alright, flip that property there. And there we go, his superpower is now available. Velocity's not going to deploy just yet. Takes up some of these units. Surrounds Will's tank there. 26 energy. Takes out that battlecopter in the center. A war tank in the middle. You maybe want to stabilize the center of the map of a war tank. So war tank, bike. Will pulls back his command tank. Best to use that 1 HP tank there to draw some fire. I think it will be going down next turn. Takes out another battlecopter. Trying to flip some properties there. He needs to get out some more bikes to capture this sector. So maybe an infantry as well to get to the city in the mountainside. We got a Duster, bike, infantry, and an ATR. He drops that capture there. This tank will be in range with the superpower. Looks like nothing will be in range with this rocket. Takes out that anti-air. Finish off Will's tank, command tank there. Strikes the mech, finish off the infantry there. Another war tank. He's probably going to try to push in the center with double war tank. He has 9,000 funds left, so maybe a anti-air infantry. Does go for tank infantry. I think he needs an anti-air for the center to deal with all the battlecopters. Sends the Duster over to the west. There's only one battlecopter to shoot down, but can we still strafe the infantry units? And can occasionally do damage to tanks. Use the battlecopter to strike the war tank. Another reason why I said he needs... Yeah, definitely should have gone for an anti-air right here to deal with all this stuff here. Because right now both battlecopters are covering the bridge, so now these war tanks cannot advance. So excellent placement there of those battlecopters. Use the war tank to strike the battlecopter there. That's not great. Saw some outlying units there. Right now, Gage could threaten HQ, has a good number of tanks and infantry there. Duster will cause a bit of issue, and of course, reinforced there can always cause issues. Goes back to this tank command tank over here. Full fighter. I'd just say just cheap out, go for a Duster, but multiple property captures now up to 30,000 versus 22,000. And these war tanks are just getting ripped apart by these battlecopters. Definitely should have gone for our anti-air, and the mech is on top of the HQ while at it. Anti-air strikes fighter. I think at this point in time, Gage is beat. His force on the right side, it's strong, but just far too slow. His force on the left side is good, but not fast enough. Fighter and war tanks, another critical part of his force, just got ripped apart by cost-effective counters. Not to mention, he's right now below 8,000, has 8,000 less income. Strikes the T-copter. Rockets rotating into center. Goes for a medium tank. That's a good way to stabilize it. Mech infantry can't be going for anything in the airport. Now can't go for anything in the airport. Both war tanks just get ripped apart by the battlecopter. Still has no anti-air in the center of the map. Tank, bomber. Gage's turn. Hits the anti-air. Takes out the anti-air there. Maybe a Duster could be deployed in the center of the map. There's still, of course, a 6 health anti-air. Does go for anti-air. That's probably a good call. He also probably needs another anti-air over here, but goes for tank. If he has an anti-air, he can help deal with all this stuff here, but right now he's also having trouble versus the tanks as well as the aircraft. The Duster and the bomber as well. Yep. The left flank is going to be crushed. He has no proper counter to all the aircraft once again. Will's getting some great energy charge there. Does save the mech and T-copter. Infantry, battlecopter, tank. Takes out the 3 health battlecopter and does block the road, but the artillery in range of it. He may be able to range the artillery with this rocket if he pops a superpower. Overall, Will's doing a great job avoiding Gage's superpower and its maximum effect. Does struck the anti-air on top of the seaport, which is 3 defense stars. Could have struck the tank on 0 defense stars. Will's now at the 47 power charge. Strikes the rocket there. And Will's now charging forward on multiple flanks. This is time for Gage to pop his superpower. Will's up to 208,000 in the field. Gage is at 123. Decides not to pop a superpower. Fighter. And triple base skip. Will has a superpower. Will gets a superpower this turn. And Gage does resign there. This is Grade saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.